Now, we don't really know how everything works. There's many options and ways. Somebody, for example, asked me not too long ago, I don't know if you heard, about a month and a half ago, in the building where I live, a 2-year-old boy fell out the window and died. It was all over the internet, a whole big thing. It was literally in my building. I'm on the 2nd floor and he's on the 6th floor. And somebody came and told me, how do you explain a little boy dying like that? What did the boy do? So I said, we don't know how to judge the situation. What are we? So I told him, I'll tell you 2 stories that kind of will teach you. The first thing is, when Moshe Rabbeinu went up to Shamayim, Hashem showed Moshe Rabbeinu ad hayom ha'acharon. It says in the Torah ad hayam ha'acharon, but the Midrash says no, al tagid hayam ha'acharon, ad hayom ha'acharon. Moshe Rabbeinu saw everything, every little thing. You, me, everybody. Moshe Rabbeinu saw everything. And there was one scene that Moshe Rabbeinu saw, and he told Hashem, I don't understand what's going on here. And the scene was very simple. There was a soldier who was riding his horse. He got off the horse next to a river to drink. He bent over to the river to drink some water. A sack of gold coins fell out of his pocket. He got out, went up on the horse, and continued riding. In the meantime, comes a little boy and finds this sack of coins. And he's like, oh, well, takes the sack of gold coins and he goes away. As all this is happening, another person comes to the river, drinks also, feels very tired, and he leans on the tree and goes to sleep. Finally, the soldier realizes that he lost his coins. He turns around, comes to the river, sees the man sleeping next to the tree, right next to where the coins fell. He tells him, where's my sack of gold coins? The guy tells him, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, give me please my gold coins. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. The soldier gets upset, kills him. Anyways, Moshe Rabbeinu turns around, tells to Hashem, I don't understand what's going on here. I don't understand this scene. So Hashem tells him, turn around, let me explain to you what happened. So Moshe Rabbeinu turns around, and what does he see? He sees this little boy walking home with his father from the market. The father sold his merchandise and had a sack of gold coins. Comes a robber, kills the father, and takes the sack of gold coins and disappears. Hashem turns everything around, that this little boy comes to the river, finds the sack of gold, picks it up. Hashem says, Din Tzedek, he deserves, this is Yerusha. He deserves this sack of gold coins. He got it. Then the man that came there and was just laying on the tree, that's the one who robbed the father. The soldier came back there and killed him. He's chayav mitah. The robber killed the father. His judgment is death. So the soldier came and killed him. Now the thing is that we don't know how things evolve. And when they were asking me about this little kid, I told them, no, could very much be a neshama of a tzaddik went up to Shamayim. And one time he desecrated Shabbos by mistake. Chilal Shabbat. Now Chilul Shabbat, you have to give the din is mitah. So the neshama comes up to Shamayim and they're telling him you are 99.9% perfect tzaddik. You have to go to Gan Eden. But you once did Chilul Shabbos and you did the tshuva for that, and your din is mitah. Now we can't kill you, mitah is death. We can't kill you because you died. So we're going to bring you back down to this world, and you're going to go into a little baby, and the baby will die when he's a year old. So you got your mitah. That's it, you go up to Shamayim, Yashar to Gan Eden. So we see in this world, a little baby dies. So Hashem turns all the way around that the baby will be born to these parents that have to lose a child because such and such. We don't know all the cheshbonot in Shamayim. Right. Now, going back to your question, a person, first of all, there's a lot of situation that the tzaddik goes up to Shamayim and he's missing 3 mitzvot or 1 mitzvah. And Hashem has a lot of rachamim on the neshama. He says, I don't want to bring him to another Gilgul, another reincarnation. Again, he's going to have to get born and all the suffering and go through pain and live a whole life of sin and tshuva and death and all this. So Hashem says, okay, you know what? I'm going to be very merciful with this neshama. I'm going to do what's called ibur. And the neshama of the tzaddik that's missing this 1 mitzvah gets impregnated into a body of a person that has to do this mitzvah. And then the neshama of the tzaddik, I'm calling it tzaddik because he's missing 1 mitzvah. He gets dressed into a body and that person he assists the person to do the mitzvah, and the tzaddik is perfect. We learn it, there's a Gemara that Abaye was an orphan. And there's a whole story, I'll tell it very, very short. The short version, there was a kid who was in yeshiva, his mother was very poor, he barely had anything to eat. He went into the kitchen, told his mom, do I have anything to eat? No. So he went to the yeshiva starving. He came to the yeshiva, the rabbi gave over a class. His stomach kept doing noises, everybody turned around to him, stopped doing the noises, he's like, my stomach, anyways. Some student came to the rabbi and asked him a very difficult question. And the rabbi, wow, fadicha, he doesn't know the answer. He's going crazy, he's opening books. So the boy sees that the rabbi is busy with trying to find the answer. So he said, I'll run real quick home to eat something. He runs home, he tells his mother, is there something to eat? She tells him, yes, I got a box of matzot. I'll prepare something for you. So he takes it, eats. He runs out, the mother tells him, please, if you can, take this box and put it in the attic, because down here there's a lot of mice, and just do a big mitzvah and put it up in the attic. The boy tells her, no, if the rabbi catches me out of the yeshiva, he's going to be upset, he's going to kill me, blah, blah, blah. He runs out. Halfway through, he stops and says, what am I doing? But my mother asked me to do something, I can't even do mitzvat kibud em. He runs back, tells his mother, where's the box, puts it up, and runs up and goes back into the yeshiva. The second he comes into the yeshiva, the rabbi looks at him, found the answer, gives the answer to the other boy. Comes the end of the class, he calls the boy who ran out with the matzah, he tells him, come here. Now the boy in his mind is like, wow, now the rabbi is going to kill me, I went out of the class, and now I'm going to get it. And the rabbi tells him, where did you go? So he's like, no, he was trying to come with all sorts of excuses. Then in the end, the rabbi tells him, where did you go? What mitzvah did you do? So the boy told him, I did kibud em. He says, I knew it. He says, the second you walked in, your face was shining with this mitzvah. You know the story? No.
I kind of guess that's when he found the answer.
He found the answer because he said, the second you walked in to the Bet Midrash, the answer was given by Abaye, who was a Tana, he was an orphan, and he never got to do Kibud Avim. He was an orphan. So when you did this mitzvah Kibud Avim, Abaye was able to get dressed in you, so he can do Kibud Avim, and when you walked into Bet Midrash, Abaye walked in with you. And I saw and I right away got the answer. So such a tzaddik, Abaye, was missing one mitzvah, Kibud Avim. He got dressed in a boy that had to do this mitzvah. He assisted him. We learned that even from last week's parasha. We know that Pinchas killed, the man and the woman. Better not to say even their names. And there's a whole inyan about it. But we know that one of the Zohar says that there were 12 miracles for him to kill them. You know what it is to kill the Nasi? The head of the tribe? You can't just come in with a sword and kill him. The Zohar says that there were 12 miracles. But one of the miracles was that the second that he came to kill him, all the Shevet of Shimon came to kill Pinchas. Amen. And he fell down and died. Right away what happened? Nadav and Avihu, each one, Pinchas, Parcha Nishmato. Right when he came to kill Zimri and...
He died?
Yeah.
Wait, Pinchas died?
No, you have to listen to the whole story. He had a near-death experience. The second is the Neshama went out of his body. Nadav and Avihu, the Neshamot of Nadav and Avihu came, grabbed him, one on each hand, put him back into the body, and went into his body with him. Then, exactly, not only that he had superhuman strength, that's why it says, V'natati briti shalom. Hashem gave him the covenant of shalom, he was immortal. He could not die. They were stabbing him and he not died. That's why Pinchas is Eliyahu. Eliyahu didn't die. All the Shevet Shimon came to kill him. He came to kill their Nasi.
Didn't he get frozen?
No, they were trying to kill him. They couldn't kill him because he was such high level. But that's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that Nadav and Avihu got dressed in him and they assisted him. And how do we know that? Because when you read in the parasha, it says, Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron. Pinchas wasn't the ben of Aaron, he was the ben of Elazar. So we know, so it's talking about Ben Aaron. Who was Ben Aaron? Nadav and Avihu. So there's a question, wait, Ben, it should say Bnei Aaron. So the Gemara says, no, they were both not married, so they were half a body. So half of Nadav, half of Aaron, Ben Aaron. There's another shita that says Ben Elazar, Ben Aaron, Ben, 2 boys. Now why, what's the kesher between Nadav and Avihu and this whole thing? When Nadav and Avihu, they krivu esh zara. They did, I don't know how to translate, how? No, they didn't want to get married. With their sin, they gave koach to the, what's called, the klipa of the nukba, the female part of the klipa. And her name, we know her name, she's the wife of the Samech Mem, and her letters are Lamed Yud Taf. If you read in the parasha, you read the Sofei Otiyot, you see it says Lamed Yud Taf. They, yeah, in Pinchas, in the beginning of Pinchas, open a Chumash, I'll show you. And Nadav and Avihu gave power to the female part of the klipa, the nukba de klipa. So they had to kill it. And how did they got their merit? They went into the body of Pinchas and they killed her. So they were able to letaken their avera and go up to Shamayim. So for what you're asking, yes, and neshama sometimes has the merit. Hashem says, I don't want to drive the neshama crazy. I'll do ibur. Ibur is the neshama gets impregnated into the body. You have to do now a certain mitzvah. A neshama gets dressed in you. It helps you. Suddenly you get a boost. Wow, you have like this power to do this mitzvah. You don't know where it came from even. Because the neshama might got impregnated in you for her to do this mitzvah, and then it went up.
And those mitzvahs count on you or count?
Both. You have open? I'll show you.
Yeah.
Come over here. It says, I'll read it out loud. Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen heshiv et chamati. Remember we were talking about before, chamati is the worst mashchit. Who heshiv, he brought him back. But if you read the continue, we know that the name of her, the Samech Mem's wife, is Lamed Yud Taf.
Right there.
If you look here, I don't know. Where's the Taf? Taf, Yud, Lamed, Yud, Lamed, Lamed, Yud, Taf. Sofei Otiyot. You see? Lamed, Yud, Lamed, Yud, Taf. Heshiv et chamati. The chema, you see here פה, פנחס בן עזר בן אהרון הכהן. השיב את חמתי מעל בני ישראל, בקנות קנתי, בתוכם ולא קהילתי וכו' וכו'. השיב את קנתי, he reversed the situation. But the abbreviation is, no? Lamed, Yud, Taf.
Wow.
You see? Huh? The main problem in that particular sin, and this is the sin that we have problems with up until today, is this Lamed Yud, this Mirshat.
אבל היא מתה, לא?
לא מתה, איזה מתה? אנחנו עדיין מטפלים בה. You know, going back, you said you want to learn some interesting things. You know that 3 parshiot ago we were learning about Para Aduma, right? The red heifer. Yeah. No, another siman for Mashiach, that woman was saying, yeah, Para Aduma was born. But in Para Aduma, the efer, the ashes, comes to purify from Tumat Met. Huh? Yeah, they found now in, I don't know, in Oklahoma, a real red heifer.
No.
Oh, you didn't know? Huh? Yeah. A real perfect, she's pure. There's Machon HaMikdash. There's a certain organization, it's called Machon HaMikdash. They go around the world looking for years, they're looking for Para Aduma. It's a whole organization. And they found the Para Aduma. It's now under guard. Yeah, they don't want anybody to know where it is. Look on the internet. I don't know, better not to go on the internet.
This is the last one? This is the last one.
Yeah, we had 9 already. 1 was Moshe Rabbeinu's Para Aduma. And 8 were in Beit HaMikdash HaRishon, and we're missing 1, Para Shel Mashiach. And they found now a Para Aduma perfect, not even, it's 100% perfect. And she's about half a year old. So Mashiach has to come in the next year and a half, Chas v'Shalom, because after 2 years there's great chances that it will become already Psula. Because it's already too older, and you know, a male bull can go in her.
Find them often or not?
No, they never found one. It's always gets psula, it has a hair, has a mum. So, and now they're thinking how to transport the para to Israel because, any damage, you can get bumped and get a mum. So, yeah, but that's another siman that we're close to Mashiach. You want to know where the para aduma is?
No.
Oh.
Ask you.
She does all the problems right now. The main problem that... The main problem, what many tzaddikim, including Rabbi Nachman, says, that only because of this sin, this is the sin that shemakev ta geula. This is the sin that's stalling the geula. מי הביא אותה? מי הביא אותה? אדם וחווה עשו חגיגות בגן עדן. And then, מי שבאמת הביא את כל הלכלוך, there were two angels, עזאי ועזל. And there were two angels that came down to this world, and it says, No, they came down to the world, and it says that they loved the women, and they gave their angelship away to stay in this world, but they brought all the zima into the world. But with Lamed Yud, I'll tell you it mamash b'ktsara. In para aduma, we know the para aduma mechaper al mita, al tumat met, on the impurity of death. And if you read the parasha right after para aduma, right after we're done with that, Miriam died. So there's a great question. Why did Miriam have to die right after para aduma? What's the connection? Okay, so Rashi says, So Rashi says, מה פרה אדומה מחפרת, מיתתם של צדיקים מחפרת, the פרה אדומה מחפר atones to the tumat met, so the death of a tzaddik atones to tumat met. But the main explanation is that the Jews were in Egypt many years in Avdut, but the last 86 years were the worst of all of the Avdut. And at that time came Paro Imach Shimo, and he came to his sorcerers, and he told them, what do I need to do to get much more power? So they told him, you have to litbol, you have to dip every morning and every night in the blood of 150 babies. 150 in the morning, 150 at night. And he says, isn't it enough once a week? No, you have to do 150 in the morning, 150 at night. Why? The pshat is that at the time they came and said, what are these babies, what did they do? What do they have to suffer? So there's a Mishnah that says, Al tistakel bakankan ela ma shebetocho. If you look at 150 is kuf nun, 150 is kuf nun, kan. Al tistakel bakankan, don't look at the babies, all the poor babies that they went. These were neshamot from Dora Mabul and Dora Flaga, and they had to come and do her tikkun. That's why they were inside these bodies. The pshat is that 150 corresponds to kuf nun, kan. That was the neshama. What was important is the neshamot in it. לא קשור ליהודים, גם במצרים לא היו יהודים. הם לא היו יהודים במצרים, היו בני ישראל. But the thing is that even the במבול הם עדיין בנים של אדם, הם יצאו מאדם, עדיין צריך תיקון. האדם, the neshama of אדם הראשון is one נשמה כללית. All the neshamot came from him. So all the neshamot needed תיקונים. Now, why did Miriam die right away? Because when Paro used to go in and dip into the blood, he brought Lamed Yud into the world. He brought this klipa to the world. Now, Hashem ze lumat ze bara Elokim. Hashem brings kedusha, right away brings tuma. Brings kedusha. There's always this ze lumat ze. We know from Moshe Rabbeinu, there's the leumat ze is Bil'am. It says that Bil'am, if Bil'am, he was such a high level, if he would choose to do good, he would be greater than Moshe Rabbeinu. That's what the Zohar says. But each one, there's one in kedusha, right away there'll be one in tuma. So came this whatever her name is, right away needed to be the kedusha, so Miriam came. The word Miriam comes from merirut, because the time of that's when they had the most suffering. So Miriam came להמתיק את המרירות. Now what happened is, Miriam came to be the meneged, to be the zelumat zeh. So came the klipa of this Lamed Yud. So Miriam came to oppose it. Now what happened? When they left Mitzrayim, and they went through the Yam Suf, she was able to break her. And if you see, what was the first thing that right after they went out of the Yam? Vatitze Miriam v'tof beyada. Right? If you look at the gematria of Tof, is the gematria of Lamed Yud Lamed Yud. Taf. So Miriam, she shabrat klipa. She captured Lamed Yud Lamed Yud. She was able to capture. That's why it says Miriam atzav v'tof beyada. You calculate the gematria. So Miriam was able to, what's called litfos the klipa. She was able to break the klipa. That's why they were able to go into Kabbalat Torah and all that. Then came again the next sin, Chet HaEgel. Again she came down. Because Miriam was not able to hold her. But then when they had the red heifer and they burnt the afar and they removed the tumah out of the world, that's it. Lamed Yud went out, the Samech Mem went up, that's it. So Miriam didn't have any what more to do, right away she died. So Miriam was the menaged of Lamed Yud Lamed Yud.